Okay, it's time. I know y'all been asking for it. Listen, I know you want the Cassie updates. I bug the vet all the time on updates for Cassie, and I have them. There are some good updates, there are some heartbreaking updates, but I will tell you this. This is gonna be one of the most amazing pup date episodes that I've ever done. I'm gonna get to all the Cassie information, but I have a lot of really happy adoption stories and a lot of answers to your questions on what happened to the dogs I sat with and how they're doing in their new homes. I will tell you one little thing about Cassie. So if you remember, she was the dog that I didn't think we'd be able to do anything for her. I thought it was the end and her eye was so bad I thought it was gone. And then the vet told me she actually had her eye. Just a little refresher. Well, unfortunately, at the end of it, we weren't able to keep her eye. It was cancerous, all of the skin around here, so the vet had to remove all of that. And so Dr. Carroll recommended, and I agreed, that it would be really uncomfortable because she wouldn't ever be able to blink and you'd have to constantly wet her eye for her. It would be agitated and irritated, that it would be best if we remove the eye. The good news is it wasn't painful. She's doing a lot better. And I actually have something that I put together that I'm gonna tell you all about for the most amazing pup date you're gonna see with Cassie and some heartbreaking stuff too, but I gotta show you this. Hold on, watch this. Cassie merch. Look at this. What? How cute is that? And so we just put a heart over where she used to have her eye. How neat is that? This isn't the actual shirt. This is just like a temp shirt. I had a local print shop print because they're all at the press right now. But I wanted to tell you about it because if you want to get it, then you got to get it now. When it sells out, it sells out. I am sorry. Don't get mad at me. It will sell out very quickly. But we made some mugs, some shirts. The actual shirts are really soft and they fit really nice. Like this one doesn't fit the best. I think it's just like a beefy t-shirt because it's a temporary one. But I just wanted to show you right away. I think you're gonna really love in Cassie's pup date where you see how this merch comes into play and how it's gonna help continue to cover all of the medical costs. Okay, more on that. Cassie's full pup date coming soon and how she's doing and where she's at. But first, do you remember Milo? The little guy that had the burrs stuck all in him. It was so painful. And Mel, the groomer, actually, instead of telling you all about it, let me just show you. And then I have a really great pup date and one of the most requested outside of Cassie pup dates. So sit back, get ready, throw this up on your TV if you can. Watch it on TV on the big screen because it is high definition, full 4K. I'm bringing you the best adoption stories in the best quality. Here we go. Refresher on Milo's story first. Oh, yeah, this is bad. I don't think he's gonna let me move him either. He's gonna try to bite me.
I don't think we're gonna be able to get this one out of here. The balance is like, we don't want to add so much stress, but we've got to help because if we don't help, the dog in this situation likely won't progress and then we can't ever get the dog adopted. Because guys, it is really bad. Like I'm gonna show you what Alexis and I are seeing and it's not good. I'm gonna take the crate out of there because that didn't work. The initial plan was we were going to try to crate him and then move him into a space where I could be down at his level. We could go through the process, but we don't work on our terms. We work on their terms. So I'm going to slowly move this crate out. I'm telling you, like any slow movement, even any sort of movement, he just panics. Okay, we're just going to take this. He's enjoying my blanket. The good news is he's made progress. Like he's coming up to the front of the kennel a little bit. Right away you can tell this dog has been through some serious neglect. Sometimes when these dogs come in like this, they come from the precursor to hoarding situations, abuse situations, and as animal control gets more calls or they go out and investigate, they uncover a lot of other things. Now I don't know the story. Do you have any details?
Well, I can have you show the kennel card.
Yeah, because we were going to move him and then I was going to tell you guys all this, but you can see XOXO. Sometimes people laugh at that and they're like, oh, a little dog, you know? So, okay, so we got the crate out and I want to show you guys something just horrible while I was getting the crate out that I noticed. And I want to show you, can you see how bad her paws or his paws are? Look at that. Those aren't supposed to be, like, this is not a dog with dreads. It's not supposed to be like that. Okay, but let me show you what's really bad. So I thought I saw this on this little one's paws, and then I saw it in the towel. You see what this is? See that? Those are little burrs, and that right there is dog fur. And this one has that in their paws. You see that one? Look. I'd be careful here so I don't get attacked. You see it right there? There's one. And so we can't see, it's not like they're going to roll over for me and show me their belly, but I'll bet if I had to guess, there's probably 10, 20 of those stuck on this dog, just burrs. Look at that. That is dog fur wrapped around this crazy spiky burr. Look at the spikes. Stick around. We'll see if we can get Mel to groom this dog, but not in this current state. Like right now, he'll bite her or she'll bite him. Oh yeah, just so red on the belly. Oh, a boy. Sorry. Oh, boy? Good boy. Are you a good boy? Do you know that? Do you know your boy? Good boy. Good boy. There's like nothing registering. And I want to show you how bad the other side's actually worse. See that right there? I don't know if that's tar or... You want to sniff me? Oh, that's good. Look at that. That's a big step. Sorry, not looking at you. Not looking at you. I'm like trying not to look, but also trying not to get bit. Okay, what is his story?
Apparently a good Samaritan found him and decided to call animal control to come pick him up. When the officer went to get him, he was just not being nice, which is why he has the XOXO. And then on top of that, when they tried to actually do a health check yesterday, they said that, he was growling, displaying avoidant behavior, unable to safely examine at this time. Will attempt to reevaluate, scanned negative for a microchip, and also tried to go after the scanner.
I was just breathing and he panicked. That's why it's tough when you hear these stories and it's frustrating and you have to just tamper those emotions, because I don't want him feeling that. He didn't have to go through that again. Some people will comment oh, well, he probably just got loose and you need to help find his owner. His owner did this to him. I'm going to be very clear about that. You do not accidentally let your dog get into this condition. Oh, I'm so sorry, bud. And so, yeah, so I wouldn't, the XOXO, the behavior on that kennel card is not who he is. This is not the dog that he is. It's understandable based off the pain he's in. He's lashing out because, one, he's scared. Two, he knows that if you touch him, if you grab him, if you pick him up, it's going to be painful. So he associates human touch and affection with pain.
And of course, because of that, we don't know a name. So
it doesn't have a name. What's our ACAM look like right now?
Maybe down a little bit, but it's not bad. Just because Milo keeps...
Does it won't go down anymore?
I revealed the name that I wanted.
Oh, Milo. I do like that name. No, that's okay. That's so funny, man.
Let's start over.
Alexis was going to wait and because I'll say okay, you got any name ideas? And then she'll say it. I think Milo's a great name. We were actually talking about this in the last video. A lot of members who are members in this video share the name of their late dog, their soul dog. And I think that's fantastic because I think Milo's an awesome name. And if it has some meaning, even better. And it's hard coming up with names for dogs. And to your point, that is a human name. Look at this. Look at this guy, my best friend at this point. But I can't touch him. I want to touch him so bad, but it would be immediate pain. Maybe a little bit on his forehead. Let's see. Yeah, he's a good boy. That's a good boy. Yeah. It's okay. Here. I mean, even that, just me putting my hand right there, that's a big step, him letting me do that. With XO on there, what you'd come to believe with that, or what I would be cautious about, is you put your hands in there, they're going to get bit. Hi, I'm standing with you. Back to a little focus on you. I so bad want to pet you, but I think it's going to set you back and you're going to take my hand off. Okay? I'm going to set these little nuggets right there, okay? Listen, I don't know. I don't know what the plan will be. I'll see. I want to see what you guys think. We'd have to see if Mel can groom him If not, we need to find a vet office that can, do a medical groom.
It might not have seemed like a lot, but because Milo let me get close to him and pull those burrs, it gave us some additional information about him. So I went to talk to the team right away to see if they could help. These things are everywhere under him. And he's so angry when you try to touch him for obvious reasons. So we were thinking maybe sedating him for a groom. Would that be okay if Mel can see him today?
If Mel can see him today, I wouldn't have a problem with it for open late.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would be
because
fine.
she's not back till next Wednesday.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, now we just have to see if Mel can squeeze us into her schedule.
Okay.
This guy right here, he came in yesterday.
Oh.
And he is angry at everybody.
Oh.
He's biting everyone, and I figured out why, because I got
Oh, my dog's got to get those
it's
too.
just everywhere.
I
under
had to
him.
shave them out because they're too hard to pull out.
They'll sedate him.
Okay.
Do you have time today?
Yes.
Because I'm worried about him waiting till
Yes.
next Wednesday because he's so bad.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're the best.
Oh.
Okay, you're gonna be sleepy for a little bit, and then you're gonna come out when you wake up, and you're gonna feel a lot better. He won't even go all the way out. He's just gonna be drowsy. But when you wake up, you're gonna feel like a new dog, and we'll confirm you're a boy. I do think this is really good because it's hard. Like if you see an animal being groomed after they've been sedated, it almost feels cruel. But now you see why, and so we're going around advocating, trying to get all this to come together. It would have happened eventually, but I just think if we can get this groom done and get him out of pain, he'll probably be a completely different dog. And we'll see. We'll see how he does. And then if not, and it needs more time, then we can consider him for Flip's Farm. Okay. We'll take you with us so you can see him get groomed. You can see Sleepy Boy get groomed. You good boy, Milo. Okay, they're sedating him. While that's setting in, I want to tell you to stick around until after the groom because I think you're going to love what you see when he's put in the kennel with some other dogs. But back to Mel, who wanted to make sure Milo was safe and stayed with him until he felt calm and ready to be moved.
Okay, are you ready to go to the room? Are you ready?
When he was ready, Mel scooped him up in her arms and took him to the grooming room. And here is where we really get to see the extent of Milo's condition.
Stickers. These are the kind of stickers that you can't pull out of the hair. It's too painful. He's been biting and trying to get him out on his own. His underarms are just raw. We're gonna have to shave them out.
At first, Milo was scared of the shaver, but he was slowly realizing Mel is there to help. And burr by painful burr, Mel was removing them and he was starting to feel a little bit better. It appears dozens of these burrs were in Milo's fur, and it seemed more likely that I was spot on that he was reacting the way he was because he was in pain. These sort of grooms take hours and hours, but Mel patiently removed all the burrs and just was dedicated to making sure Milo feels comfortable. Okay, all the burrs are gone. Now it's time for the tub.
Good boy. That's a mom. That's a mom. It's okay. Good boy.
This medicated oatmeal shampoo is going to make Milo's poor skin feel so good.
You're all right. Good boy.
You can tell how Milo is really trusting Mel and enjoying this spa session. All right, but here comes the hardest part, the scary blow dryer. But the good news is he was so relaxed from the medication and Mel's love that Michael from Health Check was even able to come in and do an assessment.
The diet really makes a difference.
Oh, absolutely.
I feel like he's only like maybe a year old or just a little over a year. His teeth look very young to me.
You know, pardon my read. Oh, there's some good tartar back there.
Okay.
I would say based off of that level of tartar in the molars, 4.
Yeah, I was going to say 4 or 5.
4 to 5, definitely. It's definitely in that realm.
All right, just a couple more touches, and we're all done.
Ooh, fall asleep. You're so tired.
Okay, wow. Look at him with his new bandana. Yeah, he's looking a little sleepy, but he's also looking charming. Look at this side by side. Completely different dog than when I sat with him or stood with him. Okay, now for the real test. Is he less angry because he's no longer in pain? The team put him in with some other dogs, and at first, it's a little nerve-wracking. I mean, look how he's reacting. I'm watching very closely. You can see the other dog's tail is friendly and wagging, and Milo is making me nervous for sure. But as we're watching him, I want to point something out that is pretty unbelievable. Did you see it? Hold on, let me play it again. A little tail wag. It happened. It was so small, but it's so important. And we're going to just hold a beat on the farm. Let's just see how this goes because it looks like he has really turned the corner. And I think someone could come scoop him up and adopt him right away. Okay, I just want to show you his little happy face right here. It just goes to show proof that like it's all environment and there's not a bad dog. It's never the dog's fault. Just the fact that someone came in and just said, I want him. I will look past that tough exterior shell, and that the shelter worked so hard to put him with all the other dogs. Now you see all these happy pictures of him, and he's happy because he's been adopted. Yeah. Milo, I knew you could do it, buddy. I believed in you from day one. Okay, here's what his mom said. I'm actually gonna read it to you because it's really sweet. Okay, her name's Sharon, and she says this specifically. I'm so happy to have met Milo and have him be a part of my family. He's an extremely sweet little pup, which is so funny. I agree, by the way, but that's not who he was presenting as initially. We've just fallen in love with him. We're still getting to know him, but we'll continue to love and care for him. Look at him in his soft little bed and pillow. I love it. He's always excited when I get home from work, and we're still working on him riding in a car, but we always make him feel safe with us. Oh, and she pointed out a favorite picture of hers where he's hiding behind the pillows as she's putting on her makeup. Adorable. Sharon, thank you for saving this little boy. And thank you to everyone who became a member. The member community that has formed around helping dogs with me, like you're right there with me, it just makes such a world of difference. So if you want to become a member, just hit the join button. I appreciate you so much. This girl I'm about to sit with, she is growling at me. She is scared. Oh. Are you growling at me? Her story is frustrating. It gets emotional in this sit, but just wait because her transformation is amazing. And I'm even able to get her groomed. You got to stick around to see it.
Hey, Alexis.
Yeah.
I noticed there's caution on her kennel card. Can you just give me a quick kind of assessment rundown? Is on a 1 to 10, what's my caution level need to be? If you see anything in the notes.
Well, on a 1 to 10 scale, maybe 6 or 7.
Okay, I'll be careful. She's definitely making me nervous. You know, boxers are one of the most versatile breeds, emotionally speaking. You know, they're known as a clown dog, they're known as a family protector, and they can really span the gamut. But when they're scared, they will certainly go into protection mode, you know, protecting themselves, their family. And one reason I love them so much as a family dog is because they are such good protectors. There's a story here with this one for sure. It's okay. One of the dogs just hit one of the kennels and it just made her jump. That's the tough part about a shelter for a dog is there are not a lot of moments to relax. As soon as you relax, your neighbor's barking or you know, banging up against the kennel door. You know, don't I would say with this one, don't let the sad eyes fool you because she was growling at me. We have caution on the kennel cards. So we're going to be really careful. And it's not out of a, like, you can tell, like, the concern in her eyes is what we're going to get to. We're going to help with that concern ultimately and help her feel more comfortable. But in an understandable way, that fear, that big old open mouth that looks like a smile but is not a smile, it's nervous, and that heavy labor breathing can turn into protection mode very quickly. I want to jump in right away with a treat because if I know a boxer, I know they love a good treat. Okay, I think we're okay to sit down. But we're going to take it really slow for her safety. She's really pretty. She's solely focused on me and the treats, which is great. You know, there's nothing wrong with treats and using them as a gateway to a relationship with a dog because they really are little nuggets of affection. And she looks young. Okay, let's see if you can see it now. I'll see if I can show you guys. You see what I'm saying there? She's a mama. She's had puppies before. You can see just with her body type. I want to see if she'll take a treat out of my hand. First, let's go like this. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's cute. You don't have to worry about boxers like chomping your hand because they have the short snout, so it's a little easier than a pointed snout. Alexis, what is her story?
Well, we do know that she's around 4 years old.
Oh, okay, a little older than I would have thought. But a lot of boxers have that kind of white tuxedo, and it's really crisp. And as they get older, it starts to blend a little bit, get a little gray. The colors fade a little bit, but you can still see she's crisp and, crisp as can be. But okay, 4 years old. Okay, great. Microchip?
So no microchip, but we do know that she had an owner.
I'm sorry.
She just came in yesterday, actually. This is only her second day.
Okay, so a lot of this may just be fear-based from just getting here.
Yeah. She actually came in with 3 other dogs that are also boxers.
Really?
Yes.
So 4 boxers in the house. That's a lot.
So the reason she was surrendered along with the other 3 dogs was because the owner said one of the dogs went after the puppy in the home and actually bit the puppy, but they aren't sure which one exactly did the biting.
Just kind of like a pack of dogs.
Yeah, they had a scuffle, and basically she's guilty by association is what it seems like. So we don't know if she was actually the one that bit the puppy. It could have been one of the other 2 dogs, but one way or another, they brought them all in.
I have so many questions. 1, okay, get a trainer. 2, why would you not bring the puppy in? Why would you get rid of all your dogs?
The puppy was part of that group.
Oh.
So including the puppy that was, I guess, the victim.
Not that I want the puppy to, not that I'm like, turn in your puppy, but it is weird. I feel like, I don't know. What do you guys think? No, I'll tell you what I think. I think if you had to choose, if you had to turn one in, you'd turn in the new puppy, not the dogs that you have been there for you for 4 years.
Yeah, I don't know exactly the full circumstance here, but
have you seen the siblings?
We have seen the
You think older, same age?
There's another male adult.
Okay.
That's around probably the same age, but then it seems like it could be actually like a family.
Oh, man.
That's what it seems like to me. This is just my guess. I don't have direct confirmation. But yeah, so she's pretty much guilty by association. The whole pack, I guess, of boxers have been turned in. And the reason for that is not just because one of them went after the puppy, but also it was mostly because the owner has a small child at home. And so they're afraid that the child will be in the wrong place at the wrong time. But we don't actually know if she was the one who bit the other dog.
Oh, I know. It absolutely wasn't her. You know what? Arrest me if I'm wrong here. I am 100% qualified to talk about this because I have 2 human babies at home. When you have children and you have dogs, especially boxers, because rewind 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years ago, and this person gets a boxer. So, oh my God, I love this boxer. I love boxers so much. I get it. I want to get more boxers. I want to build a family. I want to have a family of boxers. Then the kid comes along, and then also you have a puppy. You just got a puppy, and also you have a baby. And am I empathetic to all these situations and how challenging that can be? Oh, yes, I am. My sleepless nights will tell you that I'm empathetic to this. I get it. I know how hard babies are, and I have a special needs dog at home. We set boundaries. We created zones. And to go, all of these dogs went after this new puppy, and so, yeah, they might go after the baby, get rid of all of them. That is bonkers. You wanted to get rid of these dogs in the first place.
All 4 dogs, including this girl, are not fixed. And according to the owner had litters of puppies they were having trouble getting rehomed.
Yeah. So you think they're breeding?
I can't say one way or another.
Alexis is too kind. 100%. They're making some backyard dollar bills. So frustrating. It's so. You won't normally see me. I try to be very balanced, but when all the signs point to you're the problem. Okay, give me a minute on that. I need a minute to calm myself. I will say the good thing about this, is they came into the shelter in the responsible way. They filled out the questionnaire. These are all very helpful things. I would largely throw out the window that they're problem because you didn't create an environment that would give them a chance to succeed. So that's not fair. Any dog can be, fearful and lash out in the wrong situation. So I would throw that out the window. But what I wouldn't throw out the window is that they're likely backyard dogs. And so if you want to integrate them into your home, that could take a little time because everything is new and overstimulating. They may not know what a couch is. They may not know what the coffee grinder is or the Keurig machine, right? Like all these are new things. All of a sudden the vacuum is a monster. But I will say a 4-year-old boxer, you couldn't get a better age of a boxer because they've passed that puppy stage and they're just at that perfect age where they still love to have fun and exercise, but they're just not over the top.
And then also right now they're treating her for bloody lactation.
Yeah, she's recently had puppies. Would not surprise me if the puppy was hers. Let's see if she knows good girl. You're a good girl. You're a good girl. Yeah, she's a good girl. Oh, hi. You're a good girl. I don't know what happened. I imagine there was a lot of chaos and energy and you're just hanging out with your friends and maybe there's some bad decisions made. But you need to know it's not your fault. And you're a good girl. And I love you. And Alexis loves you. And we're going to help you get into a situation where you can thrive. Okay? And it's going to get better from here, and it's going to stay better. You want a treat? Do you know the word treat? Do you want a treat? Yeah, that's a good girl. Yeah, that's a good girl. Hey, can I pet you right here? That's a good girl. Can I do that? Yeah. Does that feel good? Okay, I have her name. Alexis texted to me. Kay. You're a good girl, Kay. You're a good girl, Kay. Kay, you are a good girl. You're a good girl, Kay. Hi. You're a good girl. Kay is a good boxer. You are pretty and you love treats and you deserve love and affection. Hi, baby girl. Hi, Kay. Hi. She's so tense. Oh, yeah, she's so dirty. Yeah, dirt hides in boxers really well. But you can tell she hadn't had a lot of affection. I'm sure her family pet her and stuff, but like it's not a common thing for her. Hi, you're a good girl. Hi, you're a good girl. Yeah, she's so awkward about it, and she's so tensed up. Hi. I love you. Oh, look at this goofy girl. Hi. Oh, look at that boxer face. You're so cute. You looking for my treats? You looking for my treats?
Are you the shy girl? Are you the shy girl? Wanna go for a walk?
Yeah, she was nervous at first. Her eyes were darting around, but I think she took a look at Mel and assessed Mel and realized really quickly that Mel was here to help her. And look at that, not an ounce of aggression. Mel easily is able to pick her up and put her in the bath.
I'm probably gonna use a oatmeal baking soda, I think. She didn't look dirty. But when I felt her, she felt greasy, almost like greasy dirty. To me, I'm not a dog breeder. And I've never owned a boxer. But I'm looking at her, and she just looks like your perfect boxer. Her build especially. Oh. Good girl. Good girl. Yeah. Nobody's gonna hurt you. Nobody's gonna hurt you. You're so pretty now.
I mean, what a cuddly bug. So far, Kay has been perfect, but here comes the real test, the blow dryer monster. I mean, she is doing amazing. I wouldn't even recognize her as the same dog that I initially saw when I first met her. I mean, do you agree with me? Oh, and remember the bandanas that Starla sent in for love letters with dogs? Well, it's time for Mel to pick one for Kay.
Between these two mediums, I picked this yellow one.
What do you think? Do you like this one? Do you like this one? That looks beautiful.
Wow, look at how adorable she looks. There's still concern in her eyes, but they're not sad anymore. I mean, look at the difference of how we started versus her now on this side by side. Amazing. Okay, now, let me just say, not everyone can adopt a wiggly big old boxer, especially one that has a history, supposedly, of being aggressive. And so I totally get that. But there happened to be a really amazing couple, Brad and Sandy, out there that were watching the video. And when they saw the video, they said, you know what? We better get to the shelter quick because this dog is gonna get adopted fast because a lot of people are seeing this video. And get this. I actually got to meet Brad at the shelter. He came in. And this made me really happy. But then it turns out Kay had kennel cough. And so Brad couldn't even take her right then if they wanted. And I was so worried Brad and Sandy were gonna change their minds, but they didn't. And they scooped up Kay and they took her home. Brad even said he started to have some questions when they were going home because they weren't sure if they were ready for their new dog, but he quickly put that aside. And I actually had a chance to hear from Brad and Sandy on how things were going now with Kay, who they renamed to Kaya. Let's watch it together.
I saw a video where a quote-unquote dog expert said, if you get a rescue dog, the first thing you need to do is change their name. So I really don't know whether there's any significance to that, but we did it. I over worried how she would be in the car. I figured she was not used to riding in a car. I didn't know whether she was going to be real nervous, whether she was going to be whining and jumping around, whether she was going to get car sick, but she was great.
Yeah.
She couldn't have been better, really. Every day she gets a little bit better.
Yeah, we learned something new.
Every morning when we wake her up, she does her little dance for a while and she wants us to hug her.
That's the boxer wiggle. It's a boxer thing. They do the boxer bean and they kind of bean around and they wiggle their little butt. That's one of the reasons boxers are so great.
She had kind of a bad report initially from the people that turned her in. And, you know, they said she was aggressive and she was noisy, and none of it has proven to be true.
How great is that? See, I told you that none of it was true. That's not the dog she is.
When she needs a break from life, she goes and lays down in her crate. It's great.
Thing is, I think she gets up every morning and she knows we're there. So, you know, I think that took a day or two. And now she knows we're going to come and get her.
She feels safe.
She's only going to get better as she gets used to us.
She seemed to really need some attention, still does. And, you know, that's something we can give her full time. We're retired. And even though she's very excitable, you know, we walk every day, and we thought that would just, on the days we don't want to, she'll make sure we do.
Oh, okay, and also I did the scoop. Brad said he had tried doing the scoop a couple of times, but it didn't work. And then this actually happened during the interview. Check this out.
Say hi. I know.
We really lucked out with Kaya.
The scoop happened! oh my gosh, her adorable eyes. Brad and Sandy, thank you. Kaya, congratulations on your new amazing life. You deserve it. I love you so much. Okay, now coming up next is what happened with Alex. You remember this was the dog that someone just tied up and very suspiciously took off? Well, there's a huge twist and turn at the end, but I think you'll be happy with you. Yeah. Well, let's just see. First, remember, here is her initial story.
When I arrived at the shelter today, there was a lot of commotion. Animal control was out there, people standing around everywhere, including volunteers. I thought something had gone wrong. Definitely making me nervous. We don't know anything about this dog, and it's always a tough balance because when I first saw this pup, I thought they looked stressed. I'm going to move right into treats so that this dog knows I come with good intentions. It's always a tough balance because you never know, like, do you want to get in there right away and really help them navigate this unknown space, which can be scary when we don't know what's going on, so that right away from the onset, they don't get set into any bad habits or fear doesn't set in. But also the risk with that is they haven't had enough time to decompress and they're still at the height of their anxiety. And that could lead to a dog being even more shut down, lashing out. I'm not comfortable doing a full back turn. And this German Shepherd might be completely friendly. Like I'm getting the sense of that. But just the uncertainty could be a problem. I think it's fine. Hey, Alexis,
Yeah.
you were here when all that happened, huh?
Yes.
So you kind of know what's going on. Is there alarm here? Do I need to be? What's my caution level on a 1 to 10 with this one?
I'm gonna say a bit higher, like a 7.5, around there.
Okay.
Only because we just don't know much. Still trying to see if I can find anything.
So I'm guessing the lead is still on this dog because they haven't been through health check. Am I right on that, Alexis?
You would be right.
I'm trying to see if it's a boy or a girl. I think a girl. What I like is they're taking my treats. Okay, that's good. That's good. She's looking for something for sure. The dog next to her is crying. I'm sensing that there's a relationship there because they seem to be at the same kind of anxiety level. What is her story?
Well, we do know she did come in with the German Shepherd that's right next to her.
Okay. Oh, okay. So,
Sure.
yeah, you can just sense it, can't you? You're treat feeding the other one, aren't you? I just realized that.
Yes.
Yeah, because that's why that one's anxiety level just kind of cooled down a little bit because you're doing the same thing over there, which is so helpful when they first come in because they don't know. As sad as a shelter seems sometimes, this is a good place in most situations. It's filled with people working to reunite lost pets with their families. They're saving animals, helping animals navigate to the vet surgeries that they need to get them better, to get them into a loving home. You can't just tell a dog that. You have to show a dog that, and this is not a natural environment for a dog, right? A yard is. Being outside and being in a home, that these are all places dogs thrive. Okay, so what happened?
So I can't get the entire scope of the situation just yet
Okay.
because they don't have kennel cards. They have not been health checked. Like I said, they're still investigating, so we don't know if they have microchips just yet. They just came in, but Ken and I were there when we saw what happened with the commotion this morning.
Really? You were
Yes.
in it?
Yes.
Okay, because I didn't see you guys out there when I pulled up, but I think it was towards the tail end of everything.
Yeah. What ended up happening from what we saw was somebody was outside of Night Drop, outside of where Surrender is
Okay.
for the shelter.
Okay. There's a separate area at the shelter where you can surrender your dog or go get microchip information, register them, things like that. Okay.
There was a person and these 2 German Shepherds.
Okay.
Just this morning, and they were on a bench outside of Surrender.
Okay.
Looks like they were, from what I understand, were sitting there with
All
the
right.
2 dogs,
All right.
like as if they were ready to, go in and do the paperwork and all that for surrendering these 2.
Okay.
But what ended up happening was it looked like they were sitting there one moment and then the next they booked it. They just literally tied up these 2 on that bench and they immediately pretty much ran off is what it sounded like and got in their car and sped off. No information with that. We have nothing. So when staff went out there to investigate to see what happened, the dogs were hiding under the bench. They were scared. And then animal control had to come out because, of course, that's
Yeah. Now animal control has to take care
animal
of it.
control has to be involved.
Because they don't know the state of these dogs, right? Like even these dogs, they're incredibly hungry. Like the way they're scarfing down treats, like who knows how long it's been since they've eaten.
Yeah, we don't know. It's just unfortunate that the person who came and tied these 2 up outside decided to leave like that because not only is that not right, but also now we just don't know much about these 2 at all. And the fact they were hiding under the bench and they started actually growling because they were getting so anxious.
Oh yeah.
The animal control had to use the catch pole on both of them, which
No.
is for both the dog safety and the staff's safety.
Yeah, but it's no wonder their anxiety levels are so high right now. A lot of times people will ask why you don't put the dogs together, and I'll tell you that here in a minute, but I want to get the rest of this story. I wish in situations like this they could catch that person too, because did they just take off running?
Okay, here's the actual security footage. We're going to watch it together. And I'll react to it because I haven't seen it either. a hoodie, because it's not very warm, sunglasses, and a hat. It's not hot enough to protect yourself like that. You can already tell suspicious. Like, I want to know what you think, but like, do you think he came here with the intention to do this? Or he just got concerned and scared and didn't want to go in? Okay, the other thing is, look at the dog's tails wagging. That tells me they know this guy. It's dad or someone they're familiar with. It's not just two dogs he found, or they wouldn't be so happy. Okay, now you've had enough time to feel like you've done a good job. He reads the signs of surrender, all of the signs right there, and then he walks away. Oh, we don't get to see him both. Oh, wait. I have another angle here. Hold on. See him on the left-hand side of the screen right there? Yep, here he comes. Well, he's not. Okay, he's not running. No, he is. Oh, he is. He's starting to run now. What a loser! Oh, you're a loser. Oh, is it me? Am I wrong? Am I being too harsh? Am I not being understanding? Oh, that's so frustrating. It breaks my heart for these two pups.
When you don't give the pet a fair chance and you just tie him up and leave, that's not fair. By the way, it's illegal in most counties because it's abandonment. You are abandoning your pet. They rely on you to care for them, to give them every shot and every chance and every ability to survive and thrive in this world, and you've taken that away from them.
Nana Mocker is here to
Yes.
try and scan for a microchip.
Okay, yeah, come on. You want to come in, or you want me to scan him or scan her? We're trying to get her confirmation, but she's a little nervous.
Okay.
But I know you're a pro. Hi, bud. How are you?
Good.
Good to see you. Want to sniff it? What's that? What is that? Here, I'll put it right there. You want to check it out? Yeah, well, fun start to the day, right? Were you here when that? You were, of course, you're always here.
Yeah, I brought one of them in.
Oh, okay.
Yep. They were growling, huh?
They were a little scared. I mean,
fair enough, right? If your dad just dumped you.
Yeah.
Do
you know that one of them supposedly has a microchip?
Oh, okay. Probably that. She seems a little more anxious, so that it's probably that one, of course, because.
Yeah, that's the one that was. I believe that was the one that was loose.
Is hard because so how the scanner works. Obviously, you have to scan the dog. A lot of times it's in the back neck. Sometimes it slides down.
Do we want to try and put the guillotine down if he moves it on this side?
Yeah, I think we might need to. Now, the guillotine is a horrible name, but it's the middle divider. Here, go. Let me see if I can Pac-Man. Hold on. Let's get her up the front. Yeah, it's so noisy. It's like Pac-Man with audio. Come here. Hold on, not yet. Because I don't want you to scare her and then have her, get after me for that. Let me get her a little closer. Here, go. I know. Look, you got this big one. Look at that big reward right there. Okay. Look at that big reward. It's okay. Okay, we're good. Yeah, here. There you go.
Nothing?
I was really hoping we'd find something. I was hoping. You were hoping too, huh? Such a cute dog. Like.
It looks like Phil actually has an update for me, so I'm gonna go step out for a second.
Okay.
And then I'll come back and let you know what he says.
Okay, great.
What's going on?
So a little update. The gentleman that tied up the two German Shepherds outside of surrender and then just ran out into the field. Fortunately, one of our dog walkers was out there and happened to get his personalized number plate. So we turned that information over to our ACO department and they've managed to track him down.
For everyone that's always like, why doesn't animal control press charges or go after these people? A lot of times they don't have the time or the resources and the laws just aren't tough enough. But in this situation, they are able to go take some action. So that's fantastic. You're a good girl. Huh? Yeah, you're a good girl. It seems like you don't know what a good family is, but I want to tell you that all of that is on your horizon, right? And you've been willing to open up and trust me and be vulnerable. And so we're going to get through this together. You've got me now, and you've got Alexis, and you've got everyone right here ready to help you and support you. Okay? And none of this is your fault. You didn't deserve this. Hi, did that hit hard? I love you. Okay, a name.
I mean, I had already thought of one because it's like we didn't know if she was a boy or a girl.
Yeah.
It's just gender neutral, I
Yeah.
guess.
What's that one? What's the one you're thinking?
Gender neutral. So Alex.
Oh, Alex is cute. Alex. Alex. Oh, you like that name? Alex. Alex, you're a good girl. You're pretty, man. When that light hits your head, you just shine. Look at you.
We were not able to get Alex groomed for a very specific reason that I will share with you. They were able to track this person, but it turns out they were in a different county. So Alex had to go to Riverside County, to San Jacinto. And at first we weren't able to get any information, but then they responded to us and we were able to get in touch with them, share the video, let everyone know to share it. You all shared it so many times that it actually led to someone coming from out of town to come in and adopt Alex. The adopter has asked to not be named because of all of the drama in the situation around it. Totally respect that. So we will use Cindy as an alias. So Cindy drove from hours and hours away to come save Alex. She saved Alex along with all of the teams, right? Animal Friends of the Valleys worked with San Jacinto. They did such an excellent job. I visited them a couple times. They're all working so hard there to get dogs adopted. Like a lot of shelters, they're overwhelmed with dogs and cats, 3 to 4 to a kennel at some point, but they're doing the best with what they have. But I want to read to you some of the notes here that I got from Cindy, Alex's new mom. When Cindy brought her home, she went slow with Alex, which is perfect. She has 2 other rescue dogs, a black lab with special needs and a terrier mix that she needed to ensure would accept her. Understandable. Taking it day by day, Cindy slowly acclimated her to the pack and she ended up settling in perfectly. Her terrier now has a play buddy. Cindy said that Alex is super intelligent, wants to please, has blended in perfectly to her family, and Alex has even put some pounds on, which is great. Thumps her tail as soon as Cindy even looks at her and has overall made herself right at home. Cindy, if you're watching, thank you. San Jacinto, thank you for helping facilitate all this and letting us bug you and send our amazing community your way.
I try to approach every dog the same way because a lot of things are true. And directly confronting a dog, big or small, is confrontational. Especially when you have a dog like this who's putting on his strongest front to try to let you know that he is not scared in this situation. Which is ironic because he is only scared in this situation. It's never the dog's fault. He feels that he has to act out this way because he has no other options. Whether it be that he's never had anyone in his corner or that he is trying to protect his space because he thinks his family's coming to get him. We may never know, but it's hard to see a dog in this state. Yeah, you can tell he is brave and strong, but somebody let him down along the way. And the reason we want to treat him like we would treat any size dog is because he doesn't know he's only 9 pounds. He thinks he's the same size as the Great Dane, and the Great Dane often thinks he's the same size as this guy. I say guy because he's got a blue collar on. We're going to try a treat, and this will be interesting because he's acting so tough. Sometimes a treat will break him down, but sometimes the fear is so great that even these guys that are acting tough won't take a treat. Oh, that's good. And I will say, well, the littlest ones are the ones that bite the most. And you have to be careful because you don't want to drive them into that much fear that they lash out that way. Oh, he's adorable. I'm finally just getting a good look at him. He's a senior guy for sure. You can see in his body language, he's still really unsure of me, but he is locked in on my treats, which is great because now we are basically telling him that we come with love and affection. The reason I jumped in here with him barking like this is because it's unlikely he'll get adopted with that sort of behavior. When people walk by the kennels, they're not looking for dogs that are barking at them, especially because you immediately go, oh, well, now if I put him in my house, he's going to bark at everything. The mailman, the truck driving by. And that's not necessarily the case. You can't take how a dog acts in a kennel, which is kennel reactivity, good or bad. kennel reactivity is all bad, but whether they are barking and lunging at the front of the kennel or they are fearful and hiding in the back, there's no direct connection of that being the dog that they are. It's just how they're reacting to their current environment that they don't understand. Okay, let's see if he'll take one from my hand. Here, let's start with I started with a small one. I'm gonna start with a bigger one because he definitely seems like a biter in this current state. Okay. Oh, that was good. Oh, he did take a big chomp there. Watch how big his chomp is. It's like hungry hippo, isn't it? What is his story?
We do know that he's estimated to be around 5 years old, actually.
Only 5?
Around there.
But he looks older than 5. But okay.
This is only his second day here.
Second day, yeah. I thought so with just his tough attitude. Or, when I say tough attitude, that translates to fearful kennel reactivity. Okay. What else do we know?
We do know he was put into night drop as a stray.
As a stray, huh? Did they leave any other information? No.
Unfortunately, no.
What I would prefer is if the person did know if this actually was their dog, that they would put information on there like, yeah, he's okay with cats and kids, or no, he's not okay with other dogs, or he's got medical issues, or anything along those lines. That's why it's so important.
Well, when he first came in, Health Check wasn't able to actually health check him because he was so scared.
Really? And like going at him?
I don't know if going at them, but was nervous enough and scared enough to warrant them to be cautious.
Yeah, you can tell how nervous and jumpy he is, which is understandable, right? This is an unknown place. And he was dropped in night drop, whether he was out running as a stray or his family turned him in and didn't tell the truth about it. It doesn't change the fact that he is alone now. It seems like he's more comfortable moving around with me in here. No, he's over the treats. We lost that superpower. Hey, you want to come in here and see? I'm out of, he's done with treats. He won't let me touch him. He's not going to come up on my lap. I'm trying to figure him out, and I just feel like if you come in here and see if he'll come over to you. Here, sit right here. Man, it's so nice having you here today. Watch him just come jump right in your lap.
Well, doesn't seem like he's interested in me either. Come here, bud.
Do you want to try a lead on him?
Yeah, maybe. It might not hurt. All right.
How he reacts.
Yeah. So we're going to try to just get his focus off of getting out of the kennel because obviously he can't get out right now.
He's staring at me now, boy. I'm ready for all 3 in the kennel.
Yeah, you want to come in too? He's like, what are you guys doing, you weirdos?
Trying everything.
Hi, bud. We're trying everything. Should we all give me positive affirmations? Hey, you're a good boy. You're a good boy. It's like, what is going on?
Does he have a name? Have we gotten that far?
No, he
doesn't have a name.
Like the tips of his fur on his head is white.
Yeah.
Then has like a tan undercoat, but I don't think it's because he's old. He just has some white patches on him.
So he's like a wise old man. So why don't we come up with an old man name?
My grandpa's name was Frank.
Okay, Frank.
Frankie?
Frank, we go Frankie.
Frankfurt. Franklin.
I think one of those would be good for him.
What do you hear, Franklin?
Franklin suits him.
Yeah, I think
Franklin.
Franklin. You're a good boy. Franklin, is that your name? Was that your name in the first place, Franklin? Is he looking himself in the camera? Franklin. That's pretty cute.
That was so cute.
That was really cute.
Okay,
and
Franklin.
His name.
Dogs will tell you if you just watch them, like what they're looking for, you know? Franklin, you're a good boy. You okay? How are your knees?
No, fine. I just don't want him feeling like, I know he's just kind of chilling there. I think
think it's okay. I think he's actually really comfortable because like his eyes are kind of closing, you know, it's like, oh, this is cozy. All of us in a kennel here. You're a good boy, Franklin. Hey, Franklin, Hey, did anybody ever tell you you're a good boy? You're a good boy, Franklin? It definitely doesn't register. I'm going to stand up and give him a little space. Kelly stepped out, just, you know, we're gonna give him a little space because the last thing we want to do is just create too much pressure. A little bit of it's good to help just switch things up, but I'm going to try to walk him too in the kennel. There we go. We're just going to walk in some circles. Come on. There you go. Okay, come on. Yeah, he's good at walking. Come on. We don't have a lot of walking space, but oh, I bet he's really good. Come on. Come on. Oh, yeah. You know, I bet, hey, Alexis.
Yeah.
I bet if we, once he's off his hold, if they could get him on the walking program, because look how good, yeah, like he's ready. He's ready to go for a walk. You know, he's not worried about the leash at all.
Yeah, he wants to go.
Yeah. To make sure everyone can see him, how good he is at walking.
Yeah, I think the leash does actually make him feel like he's got stuff more under control. Like,
Yeah.
Cheryl's right here. You want me to show her right now?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
She's not ready, but...
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Cheryl.
Hi.
Hey. Hi.
This little guy, he is a barker.
Yes.
And
Want me to come in with you?
no, I think I just want to show you something. He's really good at walking. Like he wants out.
Yeah.
He's only on day 2, so he's not,
Yeah.
you know. But when he goes for his walking, he's great. Look.
He's just scared.
He's scared because when he's off leash, tail tucked, barks at everything and everyone. But like, look, he's ready to rock.
Did you name
say
him?
hi. Franklin.
Franklin, I love that.
He looks like an old man, and he's only 5. They said.
Yeah.
But he looks older, doesn't he?
Hi, Franklin.
But I think he's just distinguished.
Come here. Hi.
Oh, now you're.
I know
Anyway.
that you're scared. It's okay. Come here. You're not a treat taker, I see.
Cheryl said that because you can see all the treats all over the ground that he's.
Franklin, here. That's a good boy. That's a good boy.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
Yeah, I just thought I'd show you that at least.
Yeah.
I know he needs more time.
We'll get some people, some dog walkers.
Okay.
Maybe to sit with him.
Okay, that's great. Okay, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
That's great news, buddy. Hey, that's the dog walking boss right there. And you didn't bark too much at her, so that's a good thing. I think let's track him, see if we can get him on the dog walking programs. So stick around and see that.
Cheryl goes into the kennel and she gives it a try the next day with Franklin, and it doesn't go great.
Hi. No, you're okay. You're okay.
You see, Cheryl runs the volunteer program and has been instrumental in the dog walking program. So she's the boss. For a dog to get on the dog walking program, if they're a little bit of a handful, like our boy Franklin, they gotta go through Cheryl.
It's okay. No, you're okay. You're okay.
As you can see, Franklin was still very nervous and barky. But Cheryl has an amazing way with these dogs, and she is so patient. Now this part takes practice. Cheryl's able to lasso this boy just because she's done it so much. And she did it in a gentle and loving way, but it wasn't working. But she had a really great suggestion that we jumped on right away because it was a great idea.
Have Glenn look at him when he comes in.
We called in Glenn, the amazing dog trainer. Now you might have seen Glenn in our videos before. He's worked wonders with some of these dogs. So Glenn and Cheryl came up with a plan to pair him with some other dogs to see if that could help with his behavior. And here's what Glenn had to say about that.
So with him, obviously him being fearful, when you put him in with dogs who are very social and seek attention, that can influence his behavior. That's playing into this. You know, people spending time earning his trust and then being around dogs that like people. It's good for him to have a role model, what we want him to do, rather than put him in with bad role models. We put him in with a role model he can learn from.
He's very observant and such a great idea. The question is, will it work? We're a product of our environment. The environment is right, and now it's 100% up to Franklin. Now Cheryl is doing something here simple, but brilliant. She's putting the leash on the other dogs, showing the leash to the other dogs. They don't mind it, and that really showcases to Franklin that there's nothing to be scared of from the leash. A little treat, a little lasso, and look at that. He's not nervous one bit. We have a waggy tail, and then this happened. I wasn't expecting it. He rolled over, asked for belly scratches, but more so, he was giving all of his trust to Cheryl. At that point, she knew it was time to bring in a level 2 expert volunteer dog walker. Now, we're not out of the woods yet, but I gotta say, I'm really proud of Franklin for showing this bravery and this willingness to trust. And notice he's not barking nearly as much. This first walk still has to be a success for him to get the green light for the walking program. Let's see what happens. Okay, he's on the move. And right out of the gate, he is leaps and bounds different from the Franklin that we first met. All right, gotta get some sniffs in at all the key pea bushes right out of the shelter. But it's basically like reading the news for a dog. I'm watching the video right now with you guys, and it just warms my heart because, I mean, you can just see him nose down a little bit, but also nose up, no concerns. He is a pro at dog walking. And with this successful walk, he's officially greenlit for the walking program. Franklin was pulled shortly after this. And pulled means that a rescue will come and pull a dog from a shelter, which is great. It can give the dog more time. A lot of times rescues can help these dogs get into foster programs, etc. I shared this in the members group. I didn't share it wide because I didn't know exactly what was going to happen, and so I shared it in the members group, and we all talked about it, and we all kind of had a little mini celebration. But still, Franklin needed to get adopted, and a lot of y'all actually reached out. Some people even said, hey, we're going to come, but then maybe you changed your mind and you didn't. And I'm always saying, like, even if you see millions of views on one of these dogs' videos, still go and try to adopt the dog if you think it's the right dog for you, because no one ended up showing up. But I will say, the good thing is in us working with Franklin, with Haven Pet Center, the rescue that pulled Franklin, working with him, he was friendly at the shelter. So when Marie walked up to his kennel, he wanted love.
When I watched the video, I was like, oh my goodness, look at how sad you are. You're so scared. What happened? In that video, it looked like he was barking at everything, anything that made him nervous. I said, hey, let's just go look. Let's just stop in and say hi. And he came right up to the fence, and he just sat there, and I was like, what are you doing? So I pet him for a little bit, and then when I walked away, he gave me these big brown eyes, and I said, I can't look away from you. I was so nervous that if we left, he was going to be gone the next morning, and I didn't want to take that chance.
And so he is now adopted. And Haven Pet Center actually told us that another dog was adopted because someone went there for Franklin. I don't know if it wasn't the right fit or he wasn't there anymore, and they decided to adopt another dog while they were there. So whoever you are, thank you. And Haven Pet Center, thank you. You don't. That's great, but you get all the credit for helping these dogs get adopted in your center.
He seemed like he really needed someone to love him. And I really needed somebody for company. Like, I really need a companion. I don't know what it was, but I just felt like I connected with him. I just thought that maybe he needed someone to protect him. And I think that I can relate with him on that, because I always feel like I want somebody to be my protector. So I think that's more or less what it is, was the instinct to want to help him.
I love that Marie feels that way, that she feels he needs protecting, because he does. I mean, from the first time I saw him, where he was just being so defensive, and he thought he had to protect himself because no one was in his corner. And now he has her and his whole new family. He no longer has to feel like he has to protect himself and keep everyone away. Oh, and also, I think Marie came up with a really fantastic new name for him.
And I adopted Winston, formerly Franklin. His new name is Winston Franklin now. So his last name's Franklin. When I adopted him, I was at a really low point. I was kind of depressed, anxiety. And the only thing kind of getting me by was watching The New Girl. It's a TV show. So my favorite character on there is Winston. We were sitting on the couch and he was sitting in my lap. And I said, that is you? And then he would look at me like give me a side eye, kind of just like, I'm embarrassed. And I'm like, that is not you. You're such a sweet little guy. Look at how cute you are. My favorite thing to do with him is go for our morning walks or evening walks. And then on a good day, we'll walk to Starbucks and he'll get a little treat, and then we'll walk back home.
Now, Winston eventually met the rest of the family, but struggled to hold back his fear at first.
He loves my daughter and my son, my older ones, but he's more or less faithful to me, if that makes any sense. As soon as I leave the room, a lot of times he'll follow me to the kitchen and kind of hang out in there. At the beginning, he was a little hesitant with my oldest son. He kind of barked at him for a little bit until he started to see how everyone loves him. He thought that somebody was trying to take over his home and he was just trying to protect it. So that was tough in the beginning, but now anytime he sees him, he jumps at him, goes to him, kind of playful a little bit with that. Say hi. No. Oh, he's okay. I woke him up.
I think the napping is because he feels safe. Who knows how long it's been since he's felt safe. And Marie left us with these words. He really isn't just a pet. He's everything I hold valuable. So I'm getting a little choked up. Y'all are awesome. And these pup dates, I love them so much. It's my favorite thing, getting to share these amazing adoption stories because of you. Because without you, I just wouldn't be able to get so many dogs in loving homes.
In sitting with dogs, I've come to realize there's a difference between fear and sadness. And the sadness, when I see it, it pierces my heart. It's not just the eyes. I think it's just the heavy weight that you just feel in the presence of a dog who's sad. It's our duty, it's our job, it's our mission in life as protectors to make sure that there is no sad dogs. And this one is sad. We're gonna try some treats and see if we can break this one out of their sadness. But when you couple that with how young this dog is, and I'm not the only one that's tried this. In fact, the staff has been trying to comfort this one as well, from what I was told as I was entering the kennel. So I don't know if I'll actually be able to help, but I know we have to try. We have to try. I think it starts with a treat. Oh, that's good. I'm going to sit down. Get myself more on ear level. Little one. What a pretty color of a husky. I mean, just watching me with a hawk eye when they take their treat. Let's see, blue collar. So I'm guessing a boy. Okay, we got a little movement there. You know, you can tell just by looking at him that he's young. I'm going to guess 5 months. He's got big old paws. He's in pretty good shape. You know, he might be dirty. That I'll only know if he lets me pet him. But, you know, I talk about sadness. Now, it's not that there's not fear in this dog. A shelter can be a scary place, even if it's an amazing A+ shelter, just because it's unknown. This is not a natural environment for a dog. A space set up by the community that is a safe harbor, but it's not always the most comforting to a dog. But I'm telling you, the fact that even with this sadness, he's willing to take treats, it gives me a little hope. Let's see if he'll take one out of my hand. Hey, a little too eager. We did not make it far enough yet. Let's try a bigger piece. I was doing this small piece right here. Let's try a bigger piece because those extra amounts of space really matter when a dog is nervous. It's like going fishing. It's like I feel little bits of movement on my line there, but I'm not ready to tug yet. I'm using my phone as a rear view mirror. I'm trying to look away just to take the pressure off, but he's not biting at this point. But that's okay. You know, as much as I want him to take a treat from my hand and then jump into my lap, like, we go at their speed and we just push a little bit, because the whole point of this is, 1, to show them love in the moment, 2, help them progress a little bit, because if we can do that, then they're just more likely to get adopted. A dog scared in the back of the kennel, less likely for a family to go, I see that dog as a part of our family, a happy family member. And then 3, to tell their story. All of us, you watching, get to be a part of saving this dog and helping them find their way home, to their new home. Well, and sometimes to their previous home if their owner's looking for them. Alexis, what is his story?
We do know he is a male, for sure, from that blue collar.
Okay.
So you got that right.
Yep.
They think he might actually be mixed with Queensland Heeler.
Oh, I could see that. I don't know. What do you guys think?
They have him estimated around 5 months old, so he's very young.
I called it. I said that. Yeah, I was like, those paws look like 5 months on the button.
He was found by a Good Samaritan. They called animal control to come and pick him up. What I thought was kind of interesting was Most of the time when people call animal control to pick up a dog, they usually find them in residential neighborhoods or even in open fields, or maybe they just got lost or dumped or something. But for this guy, he was actually found kind of in a business complex, you know, where there's just a bunch of businesses that are with their like little storage or like little warehouses.
Okay, yeah.
Environment.
Yeah, like a Class C sort of roll-up doors.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
He was found in one of those.
Huh.
Otherwise, health check just noted that he has slight dirty ears and dirty coat. And I will say he does look like he has a really sad kennel card intake photo.
He does, right? I actually saw that. So he came in sad. It's not like that. It's not like that set in once he got in here.
Yeah, he just looks like he's been sad since he's gotten here. And unfortunately, no collar, of course, no microchip.
No microchip.
So we don't know a name. He'll need a nickname.
You need a name, bud. Okay, I'm open to suggestions on a name for him.
Ralph.
Ralph?
We haven't had a Ralph.
Okay, Ralph, I like it. It's cute. Okay, so what else do we know?
Unfortunately, that's all we know.
That's it. So where did this sadness come from? I will tell you this, though. I turned that frown upside down. Adorable. You're adorable, that's for sure. The neat thing about a husky at this age is they're really open to leadership, and that love will really make a big impact. Now, don't get me wrong. If you adopt a dog like this, you can't just get home and be like, oh, you know, it didn't work after a day or two. You know, you can't have buyer's remorse in 24 hours. You got to go into this knowing that it could be months. That 3-3-3 rule. 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months. 3 days is just letting them settle in. 3 weeks is them starting to understand the home and the rules. And 3 months before they really start to feel like their family.
Yeah, I would say there's nothing more infuriating when someone gives up on a dog and it hasn't even been 3 days.
I know. The good news is all these folks watching right here are on your team. We're on Team Ralphie. Okay? And you're a good boy. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. You are a good boy. You've never heard that before, have you? Isn't it interesting when you can see in a dog that they've never heard that before? But that's okay. It starts today. This is the first time you've been told, and it won't be the last. I promise you that. I'll make sure of it. Ralph, you're a good boy. You're a good boy. Do you know what that means? That means that on the inside right here, you have a big heart and you have a brave heart. And we're going to get through this together. And I witnessed your bravery firsthand. You packed me in those treats like you're the bravest dog in this whole shelter. And you're only 5 months old. I can just imagine when you're 2 years old that you are a protector of your family. You get to jump up on the couch. You get to sneak cheese sticks when no one's looking if they leave them on the table. I will tell you this. You didn't do anything to deserve this start of your life. And we're going to make sure from this point forward, your life's going to be amazing. We got you. This whole community, all of us, we love you. I love you. Kelly loves you. Alexis loves you. Everybody loves you. Okay? And we'll give you a big treat because you're such a good boy. I'll set it right here on your paw. And that's for you, good boy. There's something so satisfying about giving a dog an oversized treat, the size of a candy bar, so they just get to enjoy. Oh, you need me to break it up for you? You've never had something that big, huh? Okay, let's work together. Here you go. That was pretty cute. See, now when you ask for help, we're here for you. You don't have to do anything alone anymore, okay? Okay, buddy? Now, there's still a chance that his family could come in the next 24 hours and claim him. Here at the shelter, it's 5 days, owner unknown, 10 days if the owner's known. It varies from shelter to shelter across the nation, but that's pretty typical. If you know who the owner is, you want to give them ample time. If someone hasn't microchipped the dog, if they don't come looking for them, you got to work to get that dog out of this situation into a loving home and a situation. And yes, sometimes things happen. People could be on vacation. But I got to tell you, if my dog was missing, if I was on vacation and the dog sitter lost the dog, whatever it may be, I would be searching high and low, making phone calls left and right. No stone would be unturned. But I hope I'm wrong, and I hope they come tomorrow, or I hope they see this video. We get that nice cranium head rub in there so that blood's flowing. It's like a doggy massage. Oh, that's good. You a good dog. You a good boy, Ralph. You a good boy. It's just crazy to think that, like, he may have never had this in his life before, you know? That this could be the first time he's ever been held, he's ever been loved, he's ever been told he's a and he's only 5 months old. But I'm glad we're catching him at this point, you know? Oh, sorry. That's called the dad pat. And I should have asked you about that, or got a little gentler on that. I got a little too comfy too fast. I always want to give them a break too, right? Just see in case they're unhappy. Okay, you want to stay? Okay, you can stay. I never want it to be forced, but this is why we're all here, right? We should see if we get Mel to give him a bath. I bet that would make him feel so good. Yeah, because the thing is, like, his whites will be so white, and his, like, I don't know how to say it other than, like, the saturation on his browns will just glow, and he will look like a show puppy. See the little tongue hanging out. He's starting to relax.
Mel, the shelter groomer, also sees his sadness right away. She knows that I was able to do the scoop, so she doesn't waste a minute either. She picks him up and carries him to the groom room.
We're gonna go straight in.
As Mel starts, it's apparent Ralph hasn't been exposed to any kind of socializing. And he's got the cutest little face, but his eyes also say he is not sure of what's going on. The great thing about Mel is she just went really slow and reassured him that everything was going to be all right.
What's that? What's that?
Here we go.
Good boy. That's a good boy. Good boy. Yeah. I did. You did. Come on, it's okay. It's okay.
Suspecting that Ralph may not like the dryer, Mel came prepared. She brought out her happy hoodie, which is like a big warm hug that helps anxious dogs just reduce their stress. Even with the happy hoodie though, Ralph was still scared. So Mel continued to reassure him everything's going to be fine, giving a big old hug until he's completely dry.
Oh, it's perfect.
Perfect.
And with his bath all done, his bandana on, Mel wanted to bring him out to the yard instead of right back to the kennel. And then something truly amazing happens. Remember Leo, who I showed you at the beginning, was sitting with Ralph in his kennel? Well, he was already thinking of other dogs he might be able to pair up with Ralph to help bring him out of his shell, and it worked wonders. Sometimes all it takes is a puppy. He's like a little kid. He just needed another little kid to just let him know it's going to be okay. Let him have fun and play. Reassure him this is a safe space. Okay, so get this. Our little guy Ralph got pulled by Haven Pet Center. Great, so he's going to rescue. But when he got there, he either had kennel cough or he got kennel cough, and so they had to give him time to heal and recuperate, so he couldn't get adopted right away. So I had to hold off on this pup date, and it was just, oh man. On the inside, I was like, I want to share this, because soon after, he started wagging his tail. I think he wasn't feeling good, and he just became a much happier puppy, which I think ultimately helped lead to his adoption. Now, Miguel at Haven Pet Center knew that as soon as it was time for the yard, that Ralph would just light up and be a happy little puppy, and sure enough, he was. Now, at the same time, Susan, who follows us Sitting with Dogs on Instagram, saw Ralph and wanted to adopt him. So she headed over there, and she actually was also looking to foster, but she knew that if she fostered Ralph, it would be a foster fail, which if you've ever fostered, you know that means that's a good thing. A foster fail is not actually a failure. It's a good thing, because then you end up adopting the dog. Now, she's had some experience with huskies, and so she knows that when huskies kind of hit that terrible 2 stage, which Ralph would be coming up on soon, and that she didn't want him to get returned to the shelter again. Susan went to Haven Pet Center and she said, let me just see him. Let me spend some time with him. And when Ralph came out, you know what? He was still a little timid and a little withdrawn. So she just took time with him. From what I hear, she spent 30 minutes, almost an hour with him, and he started to come around and she fell in love. And before you know it, he was in the back seat of her car going home with her. He is officially adopted. Now, I want to tell you what the update that Susan's given us since then, because she said when she got home, there was some difficulty, understandably. When she set him out in the grass, which would normally be a really great thing for a dog, he started to shake until he saw someone walking another dog, which seemed to ground him, and he got over his fear a little bit because he thought, well, if this dog's doing okay, I'm probably going to be okay. He was initially afraid of doors. Susan says she had to carry him through all of them. When you live in a residence, it requires 2 doors and an elevator. It was definitely a long process to get him outdoors. Oh my goodness. But this didn't dissuade Susan at all, and she was determined to work with him. Thank you, Susan. Susan said he started to break out of his shell. He likes hugs. And he likes to be by her at all times, unless of course he is up to his husky con artist business. That sounds like a husky for sure. His favorite time of the day is when he can sit out front and watch the runners and walkers in an active neighborhood. Now, Susan says he's still working through some issues, but that's okay. She's here to help him through it. She gets several compliments a day from people on how beautiful he is. I concur. And can confirm he's learned to bark, but has not learned how to howl yet. That's good. Hold that off as long as you can with the husky. But she's sure one of the neighboring dogs will teach him soon enough. Huskies are not for everyone, but they are amazing dogs. If you've never had a husky and you want to be a very dedicated dog owner that gives this dog a lot of training and exercise, they are for you. If you've had dogs before and want to move up to a husky, they can be for you. Susan, Haven Pet Center, Animal Friends of the Valleys, thank you for saving Ralph's life. Coming up next, I want to tell you about Pickles real quick. As a reminder, here's Pickles' story. My team told me about a dog that, is just hiding in the corner. He's a little guy, and I got a soft spot in my heart for the little ones that are just scared. And so I think he is in Sallyport. Not there. Oh, hi. Oh, you're a happy doggy. Hi, you're cute. Oh, there you are. You're not, you are scared. Also, let me tell you, this just has kind of a wild twist. We find out something super interesting about a relative of his and will they be united, and the end will make you really happy. So stick around for that. And you see him in the very back corner. The team showed me this and it just broke my heart because he's just hiding and wants to disappear in the very back corner of a kennel. But also you'll notice Franklin, who we sat with in a previous video, but even that is not warming him up. Let's go sit with this little guy.
I know the first reaction for a lot of people, it sure is for me, is just to walk right in here and scoop this one up. But that's just not how dogs communicate. We want to let him come to me on his own terms because he's also very skittish. And so I want to earn his trust. I don't want to force him into loving me. I mean, I do want to, but I'm saying like I'm not going to do that. People often ask me how I could leave after spending time with a dog and earning their trust. And I think I'm always very quick to just say, you just got to do it. You got to do it for the dog. But I would be lying if I didn't say that it didn't hurt my heart and that it wasn't hard. I think what I try to do in that moment, what I work really hard to do is make sure that whether it be on the drive home or just if I can take a minute, is I really try and think about what it will be like when they're with their new family and they're living their best life and they're happy and they're confident and they're loved and they're not scared and there's no trauma. And can I sacrifice a little bit of my heartache short term for their happiness long term? And if you're watching this, you've probably been through that, whether it's you have kids or someone you love or a parent or you've helped any sort of animal or you know that you would help an animal in this situation. You're probably very similar. Let's try a treat. I'm going to try to make myself smaller here. I'm really sitting down not because I think he's comfortable with it. I'm just trying to be smaller. The poor little guy is just shaking. And I say little, not necessarily because of his size. Oh, hi, look, I got a little nose boop on my arm that made me jump. Not because he's little, but because you can tell he's young. He's very young. And for a dog this young to have to go through this much fear is heartbreaking. He shouldn't have to go through this. Like I think about my son at his age, if he was left in a situation without all of the love and support and comfort and safety of the people that care for him, just how horrible that would be. And that's what this little guy is going through right now. And so it's no surprise that his brain is shut off from the delights of treats and the ability to take affection or seek affection, and that he's just shut down. And I know because my heart is screaming, and I know your heart is screaming, pick him up and hold him, and we will get there. I guarantee we will get there. We'll try a longer piece. It's too big for him, but it'll give him the distance that he needs. He's thinking about it. He might need me to just completely ignore and look away and talk. I think the other reason I'm really struggling with him right now is because, oh, yes. Oh. Let's move to the open hand treat. I have a smaller one. I'm going to go under. Can you get that, buddy? I'm trying to get him to take a little step. That's good. Movement, smell, taste. These are all things that are major unlockers of fear. And I'm already proud of him, how little he is and how brave he is. If we can get him out of that tail-tucked fetal position too, that really helps. There we go. Well, he's a low rider, isn't he? What kind of dog what kind of breed do you think he is? I mean, outside of Chihuahua, you think he's a mix or you think he's 100% Chihuahua?
I think he's definitely mixed. I think he's a Chiweenie.
Chiweenie for sure.
He's got, if he's standing up, is it a he?
Yeah.
Can we go for that?
Well, blue collar, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yes, he. Confirmed.
He turns to the side, and you can see how long his little body is. I think he's Chiweenie for sure.
What's his story?
Well, you would be right. He is pretty young. He's actually under 6 months is what they're thinking.
I could see that.
He's been through health check already.
4 months. Oh, that's good they let him.
Yeah, probably around 5 months is what they're guessing.
Yeah, I could see that. 4 or 5 months is what I would have guessed. Okay. What else do we know? Microchip?
Unfortunately, no microchip, no owner known at this point.
Really? So how'd he end up here?
Apparently, a Good Samaritan found him at a park, where they've got playgrounds and baseball field. Just a standard family park. They just found him there and they brought him in.
Oh.
No collar or anything to...
Well, maybe his family will find him. How long has he been here?
This is actually his 4th day here.
Well... so hopefully his family finds him. Statistically, what we see is if the family comes within the first 24 hours, it's great. If anything after that, the odds of the family coming to get the dog really diminishes. And then when you couple in the fact that he was found at a park, it's a common dumping ground because people kind of in their own way think, oh, if I dump him at a park, he's more likely to get found. It's a safe area. A family will take him.
Health check did also notice the same thing with the long nails that you did. Slightly dirty coat. And then apparently flea dermatitis on lower back.
Oh.
So not sure if he actually has fleas currently. They always treat every dog that comes into the shelter just immediately with preventative in other medication just to keep them healthy while they're here.
Yeah, I don't think he has fleas.
But it implies, I think, that he had
them. Yeah, when I touch his head, he's really dirty. And, okay, so another thing, again, there are always outliers to this, but another thing, when a dog this young comes in this dirty, has fleas, doesn't have their nails trimmed, dirty coat, it doesn't likely mean they've been running around lost for weeks or months because they'd just be a coyote snack. Like, they wouldn't make, you wouldn't make it.
They only have him down as a Chihuahua right now, but I would have to agree with Kelly on being Chiweenie, though.
Well, I can't disagree because if you watch any of our lives where we do DNA test reveals, Kelly is always right to the point where I think people have just stopped watching our lives at this point. No, you're probably watching just to enjoy me being wrong. Hi. Okay. I mean, it's almost like his paw is hurt, but I don't think so. I think that's just him.
Well, apparently he was also found with another dog, but I have no clue where this other dog is or what that one, who it even is, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I'm trying to find out, but
But they don't think they were related?
I don't know.
We don't know.
I just know nothing.
They could be related. If they don't look alike a lot of times, you know, maybe they came from the same family, but even that you can tell, like the dogs will be holding each other or hugging each other. And the thing is, if you find a dog at a park and there's another dog, that's not uncommon because dogs will find each other and they will group together and they will go, oh, okay, safety in numbers. Like that, I mean, it's, you know, a dog pack. Like this is why dog packs form, so they can work together. So it's not uncommon to find that, even though the dogs have no relation. And it's so bad right now that this is common. You know, different areas across the nation, across the world are worse than others, but around here, it's not good. You know, just with inflation and cost rising, and people are struggling right now, and my heart goes out to folks like that. And he needs a name, and he needs love and the confidence that he's going to be okay, and we're going to start giving that to him. So first, a name. Any ideas?
Pickles.
Pickles. Okay, I like it.
Pickles is very cute.
Sometimes it's as easy as that.
I just like doing food names.
Yeah, you do, which I agree with. I think it's great. All right, let's give him some positive affirmations. Let's incorporate his name so he can start learning that. You know what we could try? Maybe you could text him, because I think I saw them here today. Is Lucky Chi here?
I think they are.
They're really great rescue group, and with, as their name would imply, focus on the little ones like this. I mean, they'll take mix, right? Like,
yeah, they even though they're all about the Chihuahuas, they'll take Chihuahua mixes any day.
Okay, yeah, because I don't have a Chiweenie group or a weenie group. You know, you're a good boy. Yeah, you are a good boy. I'm talking about you. You're a good boy. Did you know that? You're a good boy. Yeah, 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 and I'm so proud of you. You know, you're such a big boy too. You have been in this shelter all by yourself. You were roaming the park, and you were able to get someone to help you, and you came in here to the shelter, and you've been brave and strong, and you're a good boy. And that means, good boy means that it's all you. It means that you're courageous, and you're willing to trust and to love, and you're adorable, and you're checking all those boxes, my man. You with your big old eyes. I just show everyone these big old eyes. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. Yeah. Who's a good boy? Pickles. You're a good boy. Okay, let's try his name now. Hold on. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. Yeah, you are a good boy. Yeah. You're a good boy. Let's try his new name, and let's associate it with a treat. You're a good boy. Pickles. Pickles. You want a treat, Pickles? Is that too much heat? Hi. Okay, we're gonna go for it at this point. We're gonna go for the scoop, the pickle scoop. You're a sweet pickle, that's for sure. Not a dill pickle. I do like dill pickles better, but I don't want him to think he's a dill pickle. I want him to think he's a sweet pickle. Oh, hi. Hi. Oh yeah, he's so dirty. You are a good boy, and this is not what life is supposed to be. And I promise you, from here on, it's going to be warmth and comfort and treats and boundaries and safety and reassurances that you're going to be safe and loved and cared for, because you deserve that. Everybody deserves that. And your hardest days are over. That's the good news. The good days are here. From here on out, it's going to be good times. It's interesting, like the compression he enjoys. Like the shaking stops. If I just lightly hold him, he starts shaking. Can you see that? If I give a little compression, he stops shaking. That's pretty cute. You know what we should do here in a little bit before we go is, does the shelter have a compression jacket his size? Or could we try to find one?
I think so. They get a lot of those types of donations.
That would really help, because if we can put that on him, it'll just help him feel secure. The shelter's really good at doing that. We're going to try to go see if we can find the other dog he came in with. Oh, do you have the video?
Yes, we do.
And then we'll put this up on screen. Oh, wow. Okay, just to make sure, we're talking about the middle one, right?
Yes.
I mean, there are certain similarities for sure.
That one is female.
She's female. But, so that could be a mom or, I mean, it could be a daughter too, but they look very similar, but also very different. And I know immediately looking at them, I know why they're separated. Do you know?
Why?
Just size. Like, she's so much bigger. And sometimes with a big dog, small dog like this, the small dog doesn't get any of the food because the big dog goes and eats all the food. And again, while we'd love for the shelter staff to be able to stand there with each dog while they're eating, you just don't have the time to do that with the thousands of dogs. Let's talk with the team too and see what the shelter team and see what their assessment is, because maybe they weren't getting along or they didn't, weren't really bonded or anything like that. They do have similarities. I mean, just in color, I don't know. What do you think? Kelly, look at this. Let's show Kelly. What do you think?
I don't think this one looks like a puppy.
No.
Different color, different ears. This one has a little bit of a cherry eye. But yeah, definitely looks bigger.
Maybe the mom.
Could be the mom.
But the other thing I'll say is like, immediately everyone always goes to, reunite them. They're a bonded pair. If they were bonded right now, he would be just crawling out of his skin, like just going crazy, crying, screaming, or completely shut down. And you just don't see that behavior. So, that also helps. And you don't see that with the other dog either.
Yeah, they're typically going to place them with dogs that they feel are going to be best to help each other.
Oh, look at this guy. You're a good boy. Yeah, he's just snoozing now that he's safe and comfy. And see, this is what I was talking about at the beginning of the video. This is the hard part. This is where when you leave, your heart hurts. But again, we fast forward to imagine him doing this with his new family in front of a warm fireplace or on a cool, breezy day out on the porch with his new mom or his new dad. We'll get there. But it starts here.
Okay, after I got out of there, Pickles' journey has been a roller coaster. The good news is Lucky Chief, an awesome rescue. Darlene, their whole team over there is amazing. They come in and help with the Chihuahuas, and they were able to take Pickles and Pickles' sibling, which they named Cherry because they had a cherry eye. But Cherry was very social and got adopted right away, no doubt. But Pickles needed a lot more work. So Darlene and team got to work on Pickles. The good thing is between all of the efforts they did on social media to share Pickles.
Pickles! Everybody was so worried about little Pickles at the shelter. We got so many people, even Rocky was featuring you because you're just so sweet and you were scared. But look at you. Look at you. You're embracing life now at the ranch.
And thanks to all of you sharing this and reaching out, Pickles did get some adoption holds. But there was a meet and greets. They set up meet and greets. And the first one, it didn't work. It didn't go as planned, which is not a bad thing. Sometimes that happens. It's no fault of the person who reached out and tried to do meet and greet. Could be that Pickles didn't get along with the other dog or there just wasn't the connection there. There is never any harm in trying. But the good news is all of these little things helped break him out of his shell. Every time he got to do a new meet and greet or meet a new person. And so then when the next meet and greet came around, guess what? Success! Adoption! Yeah, James and his family got to meet Pickles. It was a perfect match, and they adopted Pickles. They have a big family, 4 kids, so there's a lot of people around Pickles, a lot of people to love Pickles, and from what James said, Pickles is just fitting right in, loves all the attention. He's bonding with his now sister Chihuahua, Lexi. They love to play tug of war every day. From what I hear, getting the hang of the doggy door, minimizing accidents, and he's even starting to come when he's called by his new name, which means he's the smartest boy, and he's the sweetest boy. James said, within the first few days, we could really sense a shift in his demeanor. He's happy here and he loves all the attention he's getting. Thank you, everyone who was involved in saving Pickles with myself, with Lucky Chi Rescue. I couldn't be happier. Okay, let's talk Cassie. Get ready. This is emotional. But first, a quick update on Cassie, or in case you've never heard of Cassie, the shelter reached out to me and said she needs help. We thought she was missing her eye. It was so bad. I've never seen anything like it. It was just like a crater. Turns out the eye was there. We found out days later after she went to the vet. Now let me just say this. I have specifically not been giving as many pup dates on Cassie as I think everyone would like. And it's created some drama even within the members group. Everyone's saying, hey, well, what am I paying to be a member for if I'm not getting the pup dates? But sometimes what happens is we have to give others a space to heal. And you can't provide one detail without providing another detail because the whole story needs to be told. So thank you for everyone who's patient. People that are asking, I'm not upset with you, but just know it's not because I don't care or I don't want to give the information. It's just because I want to respect everyone involved in this. And one person that's been involved with this in the entire time is Mel, the groomer that wanted to adopt Cassie, but we had to figure out what was going on with Cassie. Dr. Hillary Carroll, that has turned out to be just an amazing superstar of a vet. Well, she's probably always been a superstar vet, but I mean, it's turned out to be amazing for us and for Cassie. I'm going to try to walk you through the events of Cassie the best way that I can to bring you on the journey that we've gone through together.
Hi. Oh, hi. Oh, baby, I'm so sorry. That is so bad. It is painful to see. And I can't tell just looking at it if it is like a car accident, if it's an impact. I don't think I've ever seen something this bad. The plan is I'm going to hold my tears back and we're going to do whatever it is to be strong for you. And we're going to figure this out together because you're a good girl. Yes, you're a good girl. Oh, does that feel good? Hi. Honestly, like in this situation, we have to move quickly because whatever amount of pain meds she's on is not enough. Not that I think the shelter is doing it wrong. What I'm saying is like, I want to see her either conked out or immediately into the ER. And that's where we come in. That's where I think we can help. So I'm interested to see what hit Mel's heart to name this beautiful girl right here. What's she name her?
Cassie.
Perfect. Cassie. You look like a Cassie. And didn't Mel have a border collie? Didn't she like a border collie pro?
She did, yes.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so she definitely has a soft spot for border collies.
Did you say? I might be taking this dog home. She's a little older than Scout. I think how's her getting through her rehab?
Now, let's go find out. Let's see what the vet says. I have to get a picture of her on her good side to send to Kelly so we can get approval for the boss's approval to bring her to Flip's farm. She would need to be a Flip's farm dog because after that procedure, we'd need to bring her to the farm.
Okay, I mean, the Quonset hut is open right now.
Yeah, it's open.
Since
it's open, the question is your heart open? And I'm filming, and I'm filming right now.
Yeah.
There you go. Good girl. Hi. Hey, Rocky.
girl.
Hey, nice to meet you. Thanks for having us.
Hi, beautiful.
This is Cassie.
So
Okay.
I have our techs.
Oh
over
yeah, the
here,
whole team. Okay, all right.
Nadia and Edith. And
Okay.
So we're gonna start.
She likes that toy a lot. Okay, you're in good hands from here, Cassie. Okay.
In the last pup date, I shared with all of you that Cassie had, we found her eye, and that a lot of the tumors that she had were benign, which is great. She got all those removed, but she did have skin cancer. The part around her eye had turned really bad, and if it had just been cared for, I think it wouldn't have gone this far, and she would have been able to keep her eye. I know sometimes I have a lot of empathy because even that, just getting that cancer treated immediately could have easily been $1,500, and sometimes that's hard for people to afford. Where Cassie's at now is we did multiple surgeries. It cost a lot of money, but I think worth every penny. And so many of you did things like sent super thanks, became members, bought merch. This is new, so we didn't have that yet, but bought coffee, all in support. And so at the end of the day, it was really helpful. I mean, we still had to cover the difference. I still cover the difference, but that's fine. I was planning on paying for the whole thing if I had to anyways. I would scrape the couch for pennies and nickels. She's worth it. She deserves it. It's what we do. You see some YouTubers buying Lamborghinis. We buy vet surgeries for dogs. Worth it. She had to go under multiple times for surgeries. And one of them, her teeth were actually pulled. There was a foxtail in one of her teeth. And another surgery, they were able to get clean margins, but we weren't able to save her eye because there wouldn't have been any eyelids, and that would have been really challenging and really tough. Lots of different surgeries. But I want to tell you the good news before I give you some harder news, and I want you to prepare your heart for it. I called Mel with the final results, and it's one reason I wasn't just putting out the pup dates publicly, because Mel has been through so much. I was actually just recently at the beautiful service of her late husband, who she just lost, and she still is showing up to the shelter grooming these dogs after everything she's been through. And she connected with Cassie. It's like sometimes in our lives, dogs are they really are angels sent to us at the right time. I truly believe that. And I think Cassie was that for Mel. But because of the condition Cassie was in, which is terminal, the skin cancer spread from her eye into her bones. And so we wouldn't be able to save her. She needed to move into hospice care. And I called Mel and I said, we'll take her on the farm. We will take her. You can come visit her anytime. With this new information, you don't have to adopt her. And Mel said, are you kidding me? From day one, I knew she was meant to be with me, and I will take her, Rocky. Please. I said, okay, great. So once we knew the prognosis, Cassie needed some time to heal from the procedures. And I want to just show you, like, the vet team at Pet Emerge and Dr. Carol, the whole time Cassie was treated like a family member. She was happy the whole time and joyful and full of life. And, you know, whether she has months or years to live, she's now learning what it's like to be loved. And I want to show you this because when it was time for us to take Cassie from the Pet Emerge team and take her to Mel, we didn't just check out and pay the bill. Well, we did pay the bill, but I'm saying we didn't just check out. They threw an entire party for her, which is pretty unbelievable. Like a celebration for a congratulations for her now going to her new family. They gave her a diploma on adoption, which is just adorable. She got to eat some really sweet treats. Look at that. She's so happy. She's so happy. There were certainly some tears. Okay, but hold on, it gets even more emotional. Wait for a minute until you see her with Mel. But she didn't even want to leave. She didn't even want to leave. Oh, I love it so much. She's got her toys because they love toys. They sent her with toys. Okay, and she's on her way. She's on the journey. And then we got to sit down with Mel and just talk to Mel as to why Cassie was such an impact and how she just knew right away that she wanted to adopt Cassie the first time seeing her. Because Mel, remember, is the one who called me and said, can you help with Cassie? And as a reminder, Mel is the shelter groomer. And so we arrived at her grooming shop in Temecula, California.
I just really want her to be happy, and I think this is a good, peaceful place to be. I'm just hoping and praying that she has a few years with us. I want to see where she's going to be most comfortable in the house, because my house is really small. So probably the dog beds are in the family room, and I sleep on the couch a lot. And so I think we'll all just, for the first few nights, just to get to know it and be comfortable, we'll probably all be in the family room together. I think Cassie's going to be great. I've seen how she is with other dogs, and she doesn't seem to react at all. Now, Shelby, my border collie, she's still young. She's only 1.5 years, and she's a lot of energy. So I'm hoping that she'll give her space and not come on a little too strong in the beginning. And Scout, my other dog, well, Scout is just the immediate, oh, hi, how are you? Okay, I got things to do. And she'll be running off and checking the fence line. She's our property manager. I've always known people with border collies, and I've always loved them. And my husband wasn't as big of a fan as me. He always liked the spaniels because he was a hunter and fisherman, and I always would say to him, someday I'm gonna have my border collie. And so I fell in love with her, and I got my border collie. I know a lot of border collies. I've groomed a lot of border collies, and they're just always awesome dogs. I've always loved them. But I love all dogs, but I have a special love for border collies and spaniels too, and labs and goldens and a lot of them, but it's hard to pick who's your favorite. Dogs in general are just great companions.
Who are we kidding? Mel loves all dogs.
Bathing her and looking at her in her eye, that was good, and just talking to her. I don't know, she reached out to me and just hit me in the heart in a way that doesn't happen that often. I just had that immediate, I want to help you. She knew I wanted to help her. I think she sensed that love I felt for her and gave it right back to me. I don't know how they do that, but dogs know. I've had dogs in the past. They know when they need to be by your side. and comfort you, and I know when I need to be by their side and comfort them. I think, I don't know if she'll remember me, but that part makes me nervous. But I'm really excited just to have her here and every day get to know her a little more and more. I've already planned like a day at the beach maybe when she's better, and walks through the vineyard, and vacations if she can go, if she's up to it, I'm hoping she is. 'Cause my dogs go everywhere with me. And my kids have dogs, so I'm sure she's going to get along with the whole tribe. Sometimes we have more dogs at our family get-togethers than we have people because everybody brings their dogs here. All my kids have 2 or 3 dogs each.
I want to go to Mel's family reunion with all the dogs. That sounds amazing. Hi.
Hi, Rocky.
Hey, can I come sit by you?
Yes.
Oh man, I feel like it's been such a long time coming. I know it hasn't been that long, but it's like every day with her, she's such an amazing dog.
She is.
I know that she's gonna feel so lucky. And how are you feeling?
I'm feeling lucky.
Okay.
I'm feeling excited.
First, she's in the shade right now with Ken. She's just relaxing. I want to bring her in, but I want to give you some updates and tell you where we're at. I know I've shared a couple things with you, so I'll just go through everything again. And then I know she still gets to meet your dogs and your family, so hopefully we can share that with everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So stick around for that as well. But I just can't wait for this official adoption. Here's where we're at right now in talking with Dr. Hillary Carroll, which, by the way, she has been amazing.
I know, yes.
I'm so grateful for all the stories you get sometimes where people had a real challenge with their vet. It's doctors like Dr. Hillary Carroll and the whole Pet Emerge team over there that just took Cassie under their wings and said, we are going to take care of her no matter what. So it's been really neat.
Yeah.
We weren't able to save her eye.
Yeah.
They could have. Her eye worked and everything worked just fine, but the easiest way to say it, because I'm no vet, is they got rid of all the skin that had cancer.
Right.
And so to do that, they needed to take out the eyelids. So it would have been really uncomfortable for her to keep that eye because she wouldn't be able to blink. You'd have to water it all the time, and that's just kind of silly. The cancer has spread to her cheekbone. We don't know how fast the cancer will spread. So this will be a hospice situation. It could be 2 months. It could be 2 years. I did share that with you, and I told her, we can take her on the farm. We have accepted Cassie as a Flips Farm dog, and I said, we'll take her, and what did you say?
No, I want her.
which is just, I know I always tell people that Mel is a true living angel, but this is just proof of it. I think a lot of people would say, I don't know how I could do that, because hospice care is hard.
Yeah, but I feel like that's my calling with her. I feel like that's what I want to do for her.
Well, I know it's going to mean the world to her. Yeah. And she is the happiest, bounciest dog. You wouldn't know that she had anything wrong with her.
No, that's from the beginning, even when she was in so much pain.
That's right. Well, you were the first one to scoop her under your wings, and you saw, you're right. Yeah,
that side of her.
And that's I'm just constantly amazed with dogs. Like some dogs that just, even through all that pain and turmoil, they're just so happy to receive and give love. And okay, I'll go get her.
Okay.
I want to tell you that we are going to cover any remaining medical cost, any checkups that need to happen, whatever medical cost there is from here till there. And there might be some, depending on how long she's with us. She's got to have regular changing of her eye bandages. So she's kind of a pirate right now. And I wanted to just share something that a drawing that we put together that I think is something I am really happy with.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm going to get
I love it.
Yeah, I'm going to make it a shirt for you and some different stuff. We'll get mugs, we'll get everything, and we'll get these to you so you have them.
Oh, wow.
But we just got it done.
That is so amazing.
Yeah, so.
And her name in there.
And
that graphic artist is so good.
It's good, huh? What we'll do too is everyone will want to be a part of this, so we'll make it into merch so you guys can get it. If you get it, we're going to cover all the medical costs, but it'll be a contribution to that, and then everyone can just be a part of expressing their love for, I think, Cassie and how awesome you are, and for just how important hospice is. Some of these dogs, they come into the shelter and they don't have to leave the world that way.
Right.
And she's going to get to be out here in your amazing shop under the shade trees and Temecula with wineries, and
it's going to be the life.
I hope that she enjoys it here and loves it as much as we all love it here.
Yeah. Okay. I'll stop blabbing. I'll go get her.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you positive affirmations one more time, and then you're gonna get them every day from your new mom, Mel. It's about to happen. You ready to go meet your new mom? I'm so proud of you. You've been so good on this healing journey. You're a good girl. I love you. Oh. This is what it's all about. For like all the hard days, for the ones we've lost. Like, this is what it's all about. And thank you so many of you for being on this journey. Okay, let's go see your new mom. You ready? Okay, let's do it.
There's Cassie.
Cassie, come meet your mom.
Come on, Cassie.
Come on. Yep.
Cassie. Hi. Hi. Hey. Hey, girl. Hi. Do you remember me? Do you remember me, Cassie? Oh, hi. Oh, you still look so clean. Look at you. Hey, baby girl. Hey. Hi. Hi. Oh. I've been waiting for you. Yeah. Isn't she pretty?
She's so beautiful. Like, she's just a perfect dog.
Pretty
Look at her, like her paws. I just love her little fluffy paws.
He's a pretty girl. He's a pretty girl. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
She remembers.
I don't know.
Here, I got some
You
treats
think
here.
so?
Oh, I know so.
You think so?
Yeah.
Ooh, what do I have? What is that? Yeah. Those are so good, huh? Are those special Rocky treats?
Cassie, this is it. This is your new kingdom right here. This is your new home. You're gonna be a farm dog. A country dog.
Oh, such a good girl. Such a good girl. Rocky took good care of you too. Everybody took good care of you. Yes.
Well,
Okay.
this is it.
Oh.
You call me anytime you need me.
I will.
Well, I was talking to Cassie.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding. you call me anytime you need me.
Cassie will too.
Yeah, Cassie, you can too.
Yeah.
You can too.
Yeah.
You little girl. And yeah, we're here for you if you need us. And I just
Okay.
love you so much. I'll see you probably tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, at the shelter. Thank you from here.
Oh yeah.
She's all yours. And I know she's still got to meet your pups, but I'll let you guys
know.
spend some time together.
Okay.
Okay, Cassie.
Ooh.
You're a good girl, and I'm sure I'll see you soon, okay?
Yeah.
You're part of the fam now.
Yep.
Okay, officially,
I
there's the
got her.
leash. She's all yours.
I got her.
Oh, man. I just, even watching it, like, there are some dogs, like all dogs are amazing, but there are some that just hit you in the heart so hard. I know that's been the case for Cassie with myself, with Mel, obviously with you. And I want to share something that Mel sent to me. I just broke down and just started crying when I got this because it's like Mel is thanking me. I'm not the one to thank. Let's be very clear. Mel, the shelter, Dr. Carol, you, everyone that's been on this journey. And Mel shared this with me. Good morning, Rocky. I just wanted to give you an update on Cassie. I just wanted you to know how wonderful she's doing. She's sweet as she can be. My connection with her still brings tears to my eyes. She follows me in the shop and back and sits by me on the couch. She's loving, definitely was sent to me some way, somehow, and I can't thank you enough for everything you did. Thank you. It's not me though, it's this community. It's Cassie herself being brave enough through all of this. Us being able to help her is because of you, and so I thank you. Anyone who wants to get Cassie merch, what that'll go towards is I'm going to continue to pay for whatever vet cost and care there is. I told Mel I would cover all the cost. When it's time, Dr. Carol's going to come to Cassie, and she will help with seeing her over the rainbow. I'm going to really give space to Mel and to Cassie and let them just live their best life. But when I can, I will definitely give you guys pup dates. I just say send a thought towards Mel and Cassie or a prayer, whatever you'd like, because they deserve that. So I think that while this is hard, it's also happy. Cassie gets to leave this world knowing what family is with one of the most amazing people in the whole world. If I was a dog, I would want Mel to adopt me. And we're going to keep doing this. This is only the beginning. Cassie is one of the many dogs I think we can all help. There's so much more we can do. And I'm happy to be on this journey with Mel, with Cassie, with Bean, with Valentina, with Pumpkin and Pippa and Polly and you. Okay, Let's keep helping these dogs.